Welcome to the Dental Marketing Guy Show. I'm Justin, the Dental Marketing Guy, joined by my co-host Vlad from Vlad Cost Dental Marketing. Today we have a very special guest. She started working in the dental industry in 1988. She's been licensed in 2 states as a dental assistant and has worked as an office manager for 18 years. Dentists hire Heidi because she helps find the invisible profit in their business, and she helps them stop leaving money on the table. Heidi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for joining us. My first question is, there's so many dentists that are working so hard and they want to make more money, or maybe they know what the issues are in their office, but they're not sure where to begin. How do you help them?
You're right. Dentists do work very hard, and they usually know what their issues are, what the goals are. So basically, when I'm on a strategy call with them, of course, I spend time finding out, what's going on in the practice, and, I'll give them my thoughts, and then let them choose what they want to work on first and what have you. So since my niche is, and what I'm known for is how to make more money the next scheduled day, that tends to be what we start working on. They don't want to leave that money left on the table, so a lot of production and help with all that helps a lot of financial issues. So, I try and develop a signature solution for the practice because, it's more than just a blueprint or a script. It's like their fingerprint, and it's unique, so you can have all the SEOs and the MBAs and the AAGs and the LMNOPs and 100 new patients calling you, but if you don't know how to communicate with them in a way that's not only comfortable to the person saying it, but for the, in an authentic way, the patients just won't say yes to your treatment plan or refer people, if you're not being authentic and stuff. So with my experience in the dental field, I do understand the challenges that the offices face. I've paid bills for the dentist. I know the high expense they have. So it's not just a matter of saying the right words to the patient. If you've been in the field a while, we've all heard it or said it that, I don't want to be salesy, or I don't want the patients to think that I need a new car. I'm not that type, or I can't say that. So if you can teach how to convert the potential new patient looking for a dentist to serve the patients in a way that helps them prevent issues, give them peace of mind, save them money in the long run, then you'll realize what you have to offer as a gift to solve their problem that they present. So like one example I can give is my husband is a chief of a fire department, and he had LASIK eye surgery done to correct his vision. But then about 10 years later, he needed a little slight vision correction. So he went to the eye doctor who knows he's in front of a computer. He's a hardworking man. And he came home with his glasses, and then he was like, look at these. I got anti-glare, anti-scratch, bendable frames, and everything he came in for. And my response was like, wow, those are really cool and look great, and they're bending, and that's great for you, but did they offer you some contact lenses for driving or scuba diving so you can read the gauges? And he said, no, they never offered me that. So, it's not a matter of being salesy. If it wouldn't be, do you think offering him an extra pair of contacts, to solve his problem would be pushy? You know what I mean? So yeah. A lot of times we just need to sit back and give the bigger picture to a patient, giving them the benefits and everything, and then let them decide for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So much of I've heard of dentists who, they have the general dentist, and then they go to another dentist for veneers because they didn't even know the general dentist did that. And the general dentist is like, hold on a second, I do veneers, but the patients didn't even know. Can you tell us, kind of explain some ways that you get patients to understand, or basically motivate them to accept treatment?
Yeah. Well, if you put yourself in the patient's shoes, that helps you understand that, no one likes going to the dentist and you're getting into their personal space. We literally have an oral business. So the staff plays a huge part on this role. getting them trained is so imperative, especially to take it to the next level, you know. So when I worked as a dental assistant, as you said, the case acceptance rate was 98%. But in my coaching, when I work with them, sometimes I find out, you know, they have hundreds of leads on Facebook, or, you know, they're trying to get people to schedule, and some are having success and some have, you know, under 30%. But usually after a few phone calls, I can get them increased like 50%, converting to having the patients either schedule at their office or, you know, present the treatment plan and pay and things like that. So when your staff learn to listen and observe, you'll find what motivates the patients in like less than 3 minutes. You know, there's that patient that comes in and is like, my mother had these awful looking dentures at 45 years old. I'm so afraid to lose my teeth. Well, I find a lot of time no one bothers to listen to that as far as taking it in and telling others or writing it in their chart or discussing it further and things like that. So if you have that same patient, you know, with an 8mm pocket around a 4-unit bridge, and the hygienist is doing their peri-maintenance cleaning, she might recommend putting an antibiotic chip in that pocket and has to tell them it's $75. But if your hygienist is able to say, you know, I know that's important for you to save your natural teeth, that you invested $5,000 on that beautiful bridge. I feel if I put that antibiotic chip directly into the infected pocket, then you're, you know, it's anchoring your bridge, so we don't want to lose that tooth. Would you like me to handle that for you? You know, then it's not being manipulative, but it creates a little tension to get the patient to make a decision. So, you know, they don't want issues in their mouth, especially when they're reading all over the health articles that, you know, periodontal disease is linked with Alzheimer's or high blood pressure or, you know, heart disease. So the patients are pretty easily able to do it if you present it in a way that has some, you know, value or benefit and touches on what's important to them.
Heidi, it sounds like the dentist that doesn't want to immediately spend money on advertising would enjoy working with you.
They do.
So what do you tell dentists when they tell you, hey, you know what, I don't want to spend money on advertising?
Well, I mean, you can certainly do it as inexpensive as possible. You know, every dentist is sitting on a gold mine. They just have to find the hidden revenue and figure out ways to do internal marketing or something like that. Like, I have one client that is in a big downtown medical building, and I asked them just to spend a few minutes a week meeting the other people in the neighboring offices. I told them, don't say anything salesy, don't hand them your business card, just go in and be authentic. So a couple of staff members walked into the optometrist's office or some other offices around. They're like, hey, I've never been here before. You know, I'm at Dr. Smith's dental office on the 10th floor, and we just wanted to say hi. They did that. They probably spent like 3 minutes one day because that's all they had, and they went back to the office, and that week, no kidding, 2 patients scheduled off just walking around saying hi and complimenting something about their office, you know?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, or like there could be a patient being seen and they bring a significant other or friend, you know, in the office. They're sitting right there. So, you know, you could just say, hey, who's your dentist? You know, 80% of them will say, I don't have one, or I've been meaning to find one. And then you can just say, well, it's easier to have an appointment if you have a chart made and you're already established somewhere. I wouldn't want you to have a dental emergency and not know where to get in. Would you like me to send you home with some forms, or do you want to fill them out while you're here? Most of the time they're sitting there waiting, they'll fill them out. You schedule them any type of first appointment you find that they need, you know. Or you have parents in there with 3 kids and one kid's getting their teeth cleaned, and you notice one of the kids are 3 to 5 years, and I only have 2 kids on the appointment book or in their family file. So you find out who that other kid is, or maybe you know that's already their kid, and then you just say, do you want to get little Bobby started on a happy visit, or get him seen for some fun Mr. Slurpee, Mr. Sunshine, and, you know, rides in the chair and whatever? Because you don't want their first visit to be that one that they bang their front 2 teeth. Then their experience is, not good and not happy to be at a dental office. So I like to catch them really young so they enjoy coming to the dentist, not, like every time they're going to the medical doctor, they're getting shots, and it's just so different. So we want to start them off young to love coming to the dentist, So what you do within the practice is actually what sells the most dentistry. Like, you want to treat your patients. So let's say you have a friend that you haven't seen in like 7 years, and what's your reaction to them? You're really excited to see them, and you have that look. Well, what if you treated your patients with a little bit of that? You don't need to run around hugging them, but just think about it when you're walking in an operatory. At least know their name. Like, don't just walk in and try and look at the schedule and figure out what's going on. You're trying to make them special. Like, I remember when we were looking for a new car, I was driving a little Solara, and I wanted a 4Runner, and I shopped around, and I go all the way to there, and I don't know about you, but I hate buying new cars. It's like buying a house. The paperwork's super thick. I just don't like it. And so I went to the dealership and said, okay, I got this car, and this is the one I want, whatever. Get all the way done, and they're like, we don't have it ready for you. And I'm thinking, oh man, I got to go. There are all these salespeople again, and blah, blah, blah. So this is going through my head really quick. And the sales rep said, we'll just take it to your house. Well, I live like an hour away. And they're like, don't worry, we'll bring the car to your house. And I thought, this is so cool. And I know you guys are thinking, yo, yeah, you paid for it. But when they did that kind of customer service, I was so impressed. They showed up right on time with my brand new vehicle. And then when they get there, they're like, I just want to let you know the license plate's on the vehicle, the registration's paid for 3 years, and you get the next year, 3 years of oil changes and maintenance all included. And I'm thinking, wow, I don't even have to go to the DMV. This is fabulous. I must have told 14 people about that experience. It was just something different. So we want to be a little bit passionate, with our patients and things like that, and asking them questions that aren't really happening elsewhere, like, what are you passionate about, or what do you like doing in this world? Just simple questions that keep it on the patient, or you take their blood pressure and show them that their mouth is connected to their whole body. That just takes a minute or two of your time to educate, taking photos of the patients and educating and documenting. So
yeah. It's kind of like a previous episode we did with Sunny Pahuja. We talked about the patient experience and basically how internal marketing, that's how you can get really good patient loyalty, really good case acceptance. We are coming to a close on our time now. I was hoping before we leave we could give one quick tip to our listeners.
Definitely get to know your patients, finding out, what their motivating factors are. Is it pain, time, money, cost? What is it? And then, use that intraoral camera to put the nasty looking photo of their tooth on the screen, because a picture's worth 1,000 words. And then just go ahead and utilize what you know about the patient as far as their motivating factor in your sentences. Like, remember how upset you were when you lost the tooth on this side. You want to avoid losing it on the other side too, and things like that. So you're kind of using their hot buttons in it, like, you really want to take care of that tooth before it abscesses or it cracks in a way that you need a root, you need a root canal, or in an inopportune time that it's going to be inconvenient for you, or costs more because it breaks off in a way we can't restore it. So just trying to educate the patients as much as you can, but giving them what they want, not prejudging to what you think they need or want, or not having that fear that, oh, I can't say anything because they'll think I need a new car.
Heidi, if one of our viewers want to hire you or have a consultation with you, where can they find you?
So they can just personally email me at heidi@coachingdentist.com, and it's HEIDI, coaching dentist, it's singular.com.
Perfect.
Excellent, excellent. Cool. Well, I know we barely scratched the surface on this. I know you've got a really holistic approach. One thing I really like, we just started working with Heidi for one dentist, and what I really like about your process, as we close here, is, you don't come in like a wrecking ball. You don't say, oh, you're fired, you're hired, da 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 da. You're trying to build synergy with all the staff and the dentist. And, I really appreciate that. It's a really good holistic approach. It's a really positive, approach where, I mean, we just started getting into it. But I look forward to the results that you bring. Now, one last thing before we go. Heidi actually has a guarantee that you will get at least $500 per day in increased revenue. That's a great risk reversal guarantee. I am definitely interested in seeing the results that you bring for that dentist that we're working with, and just thank you for your time doing this interview. I know we're all busy, so our time is valuable. And to our listeners, I hope you gained a lot of good knowledge. But let me tell you, this is just scratching the surface. And if you have any questions for us, I'm the dental marketing guy at dentalmarketingguy.com. We've got coachingdentist.com with Heidi, and Vlad at vladcostdentalmarketing.com. Thanks for watching the Dental Marketing Guy Show.